Hey you all, welcome back to the Taylorisms. I'm so happy you're here on my YouTube channel. I am really excited about all of the wonderful things that are happening right now in my life, in your life, in our life, near or far, whether you know me or you're new to my channel. Thank you so much for just tuning in. My channel has come a long way since I launched it, I think earlier this year, January. And I continue to grow as far as like the quality of the videos, the resources that I have. So we'll jump right into this week's weekly recap, where I share 4 key updates. The first is my mom moment. So this week I actually had some great mom moments, but kind of emotional as well. I think I shared last week that Grant started daycare. He's doing really well, but he also is struggling. Like he gets really emotional, specifically when I leave. And this week was his 2 days that he went. He was fine the first day that he went back. He was like excited to go. He's like, oh my gosh, school, ball. And he kept saying ball. I don't know if they maybe played with a ball at school. And so that's what stuck with him. But then the second day, which was Thursday, when I left, like right when I was about to leave, he literally just fell apart. Like he started screaming and was really sad. But it's so weird because when I come to pick him up after school, he's so excited to see me and he like gets teary-eyed, but he like, I don't know, it's weird. Like on Friday when I came to pick him up, he didn't even seem like he wanted to come home with me because he was just having such a good time. But then on Thursday when I came to pick him up, his lip was all quivery and he was like crying. So I think it's just going to take some time. The one thing that I will say is a friend of mine told me that if he gets all teary-eyed and his lip gets quivery because he's like so happy to see you and emotional, that's actually a good sign that he has secure attachments with mama. And that made me feel really good because she's a teacher. So that was good. Actually, sorry, that wasn't even my friend. That's like my cousin. I mean, she's become a friend, but she's my cousin through marriage. So shout out to Vanny. I appreciate you. I appreciate your encouragement. So that's one of my mom moments. And then the other mom moment I had this week was around like Jonah. We've been talking more to him about, you know, just his feelings and like unpacking a lot of that to make sure we're giving him the resources he needs because he has struggled with some trauma from childhood. So we've really been focused on that. He's been helping me come up with great ideas for things to make in the kitchen. He's been killing it at soccer. So he started soccer in the spring and he made it through that entire season. Well, this is the fall season that he's in and he is like thriving. So it's really nice to see him just like killing it there and playing the game and learning the game and interacting with friends. You know, COVID has been so hard for the kids as well. Like adults are always talking about the things that they don't get to do, but like kids are also heavily affected by COVID. So I'm glad that he's getting the socialization he needs. He's also like thriving at school. So reading, he had like some standardized testing and in his reading scores, they were off the charts. Like I think he scored 90, he was like in the 93rd percentile or something. So it was something like he scored better than 93% of his classmates in reading. And I think it was like 70%, like better than 70% of his classmates nationwide in math. So that's really exciting. We've come a long way with like speech and making sure that, you know, he has the words to express how he feels. And so we're excited to see how he's growing there. This weekend we were planning on doing like a pumpkin patch as a family, but I think we're not going to do that until next weekend. So those are my mom moments. I did have a moment the other day where I like got teary-eyed with John and I told him, I'm like, you know, I feel kind of some mom guilt from like I started Pilates a couple of weeks ago and I was starting to feel like some mom guilt about it. And John had to remind me, like, I do so much for the family. Like he said to me literally this, he said, you do so much for our family. You can take an hour out to go to Pilates class and take care of your health. So that was really encouraging. And I'm really happy to have the community that I'm you know, starting to form at the Pilates studio that I go to. Shout out to the breathing room. Okay. So my favorite product recommendation for this week, this is hard. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking through my week. What did I love this week? Monk fruit. I have been learning a lot about monk fruit and the benefits of it now. Okay, it is called Lecanto. I'm on it. And they are a sugar replacement. They have, they're a sweetener. So the cool thing about their products is that it is keto. We are not keto. We're not following the ketogenic diet, but we do try to mitigate. This past week and a half or so, we've been trying to focus on mitigating how much sugar we're having, how many carbs we're having, and it's been helping. I've lost 5.5 pounds in the past week and a half, so I'm really happy about that because I do have goals. But yeah, so it contains 0 calories. It's 0 glycemic, so it won't spike your sugar levels. It's a great sugar replacement, and it gives you that sweetness of sugar, which I do agree with. Like when I've used it in my baking, I'll put a picture somewhere here, of the pumpkin coffee cake that I made last week. Delicious. Hop over to my Instagram and show me some love. That cake is so delicious, and I actually tweaked a recipe from Handle the Heat. She's a blogger, and she made like a non-vegan version. So I took it and I twisted it into my own vegan version of the pumpkin coffee cake, and it turned out so good. But I replaced part of the sugar, the white sugar that the recipe called for, with this Lecanto monk fruit sugar. So any diet you're on, this pretty much works for all of them. And they say compared to other sugar substitutes and sugar replacements, Lecanto's low carb, sugar-free sweetener has no artificial sweeteners or flavoring. So that's also really good. So that is my recommendation for this week. And I just want to encourage you to get it. I got mine off of Amazon, but they do have other sweeteners out there. The biggest learning that I had from this week was just around, again, how do I want to show up as a leader? That's been on my heart a lot lately. Like I might not be, a corporate CEO, but I am still a leader, and leaders inspire other people to not only take action, but they inspire other people to be dedicated, right? Like, even ugly leaders, right? When you think about some of the leaders that we've seen in history who have been awful, the reason people followed them was because they believed in the vision behind the leader. So thinking about that, leaders are visionaries. Leaders take their vision, turn it into a plan, and then take that plan and share it with the masses so that the masses want to follow them. And so I've just been thinking a lot about how do I want to show up as a leader. Also, I've been thinking a lot about how I'm a leader even in my family. Like, biblically speaking, being a Christian, the man is the head of the household. But like many women say, maybe the man's the head, but the woman is the neck. So thinking about that, how do I want to show up as a leader with my husband when we have an opportunity to rip each other's heads off? What do I want to do instead of ripping his head off? Maybe instead I just love on him or redirect the conversation to a less stressful place. Or maybe I encourage him when I'm feeling discouraged. So again, with my kids, how do I want to be a leader of them? I'm not going to be a dictator and tell them what to do all the time, but I can also lead them to making good decisions and understanding why they make the decisions they make. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And then we move into IG growth. So I will snapshot my analytics and post it somewhere over here. So unfortunately, I lost the ending of my video, and I just wanted to snapshot the analytics so that you could see how I performed on Instagram last week. I reached about 16.9% more accounts during the week of October 10th through the 17th, and had about 26.4% of accounts more engaged with my account. So I'm really, really excited about the growth and opportunities for the future when it comes to Instagram and all of my social media platforms. I do have a mailing list as well. So if you'd like to join my email list, please sign up. The link is in the description, and also a link to my Instagram is in the description. I would love to connect with you over on Instagram, as well as here on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to creating more content on this space that is representative of who I am and the products I use and the experiences that are close to my heart. Again, I apologize that I lost the ending of this video, but hopefully as I continue to grow and learn more about video editing and content creation, we won't have hiccups like this. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead, and thanks again for your patience, your grace, and the community that we can build together. Have a great week.